Allegorhythm. Chapter 2. A recap. In the previous chapter, we encountered a desperate Rudy with an exhausted spirit. He is in the middle of a mysterious quest, surrounded by strangers. What was Rudy looking for so desperately to risk his life? In this chapter, we are going to learn more about Rudy's life before that incident. The mundane world. The boring Rudy. I am a very simple guy. The first thing I could say about myself is, I have always been the kind of guy to stay out of trouble. Whether it is government, school, or any other authoritarian institution. I have always been an obedient person. I'd rather take the fall than fight the giants. Indeed, life is unfair, but let's not make it more complicated than what it already is. This is Rudy's motto. My daughter Malkia is my world. The name Malkia is an African word that means queen. I have always been obsessed with African culture and its people, though my heritage is European. I feel more connected with African culture. You can do everything unimaginable bad to me, but leave my daughter out of this. She is my world. She is everything. If God existed, Malkia is my God. The kind of joy she brings to my heart, itself is a God. She is the only thing I live for and would be the only thing I die for. I am not a Mr. Lover man. I don't do humor. I have never been the kind of guy who seeks attention. My personality makes a woman feel sorry for me. For that reason the woman would stay with me so that she can satisfy her, save the world, syndrome by feeling sorry for who I am. So, you already guessed it right. Life never smiled at me when it comes to love life. After the birth of our daughter, life was sweet at first, then everything turned upside down and everything became bitter. It was then that my first wife Tracy realized that she was blindly dragging me into the world I never signed up for. It was time for her to resign the babysitting contract of our marriage. The next logical step was the infamous procedure of undoing all the good we have done, the divorce. The divorce was so painful but had to be done. And there I was back to the lonely life again. I have sometimes contemplated suicide but cowardly, too weak to leave my daughter alone in this world. The situation made me comfortably accepting the fate of my loneliness. From that moment, I have been scraping and squeezing love whenever an opportunity strike. To be frank, it happened rarely. Romance is a rare commodity, and too expensive for my life to accommodate. Sleepless nights of loneliness had become my permanent friends. I have a handful of friends, who I could at least count on. I am not wealthy but have fairly conquered the world of poverty. Instant noodles, canned beans, and mac and cheese is my daily driver. Sometimes I had to sleep with an empty stomach to cover my bills. I can still say, I am better than those starving kids in third world countries. I work as a manager for a receiving and shipping company. I have been working here for over 27 years now. It does get empty and boring for sure, but over time you'll learn how to ignore the feeling. You will learn how to hide those ghosts in your closet, and you will master the art of moving your lips muscles to represent a smile. Even though you don't remember how a true smile feels like. You will learn how to successfully kill that inner child. The inner child is a demon. The kind of a demon that wants a life that torments you. The life that doesn't happen and will never happen. I can say that I have done fairly okay for myself. Nobody ever gets it all. I am a traditional atheist. I don't spend any of my energy trying to prove unprovable or trying to explain the unexplainable. Because we all know how it ends. I institutionalized, loss of friends and family, and endangering myself of being brainwashed. So, I come as I am. I don't do mystics or miracles anymore. I do the practical. But at this time, I was on the verge of convergence. I was being marinated for a special experience laying ahead of me. It was as if I have already walked so far away from normal human society. And that this condition has changed me. I am at the point of no return. I can't exactly fit in the normal society. But also, I can't fit in the realm of the dead either. I have become a wandering spirit. Calling from the other side. Unlike most guys, I don't enjoy going out as much. The crowd, the noise and people giving you the look, like they want something from me. This experience consumes my energy like a vacuum specifically made to suck the very well-being of myself. After work, I usually go straight to either get my groceries, get dinner, or just catch my TV shows. So, most of my free time you will catch me swiping Tinder. Netflix is my best friend besides that I chat with members of the opposite sex on dating sites. Trying to escape the reality of my loneliness. I came across Anjiwai, I like to call her Angi, the woman who awakened the ancient spark within me, the kind of feeling I never felt for a very long time. She started to crank the inner mechanism of my rusted, even rotten gears within my broken heart. She was a foreigner though. Not the Russian type who, we all have heard the horror stories about how it always ends. I am a little bit older than her, but she said she doesn't mind. I was a little concerned about all these scams going online, and that I might be a victim of this sort of scheme. I am socially vulnerable, something that makes me an easy target. A person isolated from their community is like an unwalled treasured castle among a band of thieves. She is so beautiful, I guess love will always find its way, but mine kind of took a little longer than expected. She seemed sincere and legitimate. We Skyped, FaceTimed, and did many other things other couples do before we agreed to meet. At the time she was from Africa. But you don't hear any bad stories about arranged marriages from that part of the world, right? Most people import their wives and get to live happily ever after. Loneliness is the illness that feeds the industry of selfishness. It demoralizes and deteriorates society. I have successfully traced its origin, which is mostly pride, selfishness, and the lack of tolerance. You could add a few economic hardships. It cost me a lot of money to bring her over to North America, leave alone the money I have sent for pocket money, and some expenses for her entire family. She invited me to visit her there, but I wasn't interested. We have been married for about 6 months now. Almost every marriage has ups and downs. Something normal. I'd rather have someone by my side, instead of going back to that lonely life. Full of gold diggers who only sees a giant ATM instead of a human being. My daughter comes first. My daughter Malkia comes first. My second wife Anjiwai is not too happy about me giving my daughter more attention than her, but oddly she says she wants her to be her daughter. A couple of weeks ago, she had gone back to Africa to take care of her sick mother. And she had a bit of other legal settlements she needed to do because of her late father. Women don't get many privileges like men in those parts of the world. If you need any help, don't hesitate to ask me. I told her sympathetically. I wanted to show her that I am there for her whenever she needs me. I had to support her financially because she was not able to afford medical bills and other expenses while she was helping her sick mother in Africa. Do you know what the thing called love can do to a desperate and lonely man? It makes them sell their souls to the devil. They become heroes. A kind of hero who would do anything to maintain a woman's trust. Just to get rid of their loneliness. There I was, a hero. A superhero is a title I deserve, for all I've done for her. Including draining my entire lifetime savings, for her. She said she would pay me back because there is some inheritance money she is expecting from her late father. Which would be enough for both of us to retire and move anywhere we want. Out of my curiosity, I asked. How much money are we talking about? $2,000. Or something, because that's what I expected. $100 million. She said. What? I exclaimed. $100 million. That's wild. I was overjoyed. It was a mixture of joy, nervousness, and fear. I didn't believe her. My mind was exploding with a mixture of both negative and positive thoughts. Even though it was not my money. At the same time, I was wondering how could they have so much money in that part of the world? What did her father do? All these questions and doubts were clouded by expectations, overexcitement, and daydreaming. Finding myself building visual images of me and her living somewhere tropical by the beach. Forgetting about my debts and work. I secretly entertained the idea that this is retribution for my sad and sorry life. At this time, my entire savings, lines of credit, and credit cards have been drained. Expecting a lump sum of money to be coming my way. Taking care of her sick mother cost me an entire lifetime of saving. But let me be patient. Soon enough it will, and must shine on us after getting that inheritance. I encouraged myself. But my frustration seemed to win over my own belief in the promised savior. I have never been late on my rent. This coming week, there won't be any money in my bank. I have used my overdraft. I can count how many automatic payments will popcorn out of my bank. I had to do something. My mental activities are not always this high. But at this time, my neurons were firing like transistors of that fancy quantum computer. I was afraid to tell my wife because of pride. I don't want to lose her. At the same time, I don't even have enough money to buy my food or afford any other expenses. My paycheck should be issued within a week. No human could survive a week without food. What to do? My phone rang. It was Angi. Ooh no, she must be looking for some money. I haven't sent her any money this week. What to do now? I don't even have enough money to cover my bills. What should I say to her? Where will I get quick cash? I am honestly starting to doubt all this marriage thing. Maybe it is a scam. What about that good-looking guy who she claims to be her cousin? He keeps on calling her even in the middle of the night. She is a good-looking woman. I always feel insecure around other younger guys. What about if all of this is a scam? But she showed me a picture of her and her mother in the hospital and had shown me pictures when she was young. This comforts me. She has always been on my side. I can't deny that. Would you think a person would go that far, just to scam pennies? Let me be brave and tell her the truth. I picked up the phone. Rudy. Hey you. Angi. Hey honey. Rudy. How was your day? Angi. My day was good, just dealing with my mom and stuff. How about you? Rudy. Been good just watching TV, and nothing much. I want to tell you something. Angi. No, I want to tell you something first. Rudy. Wah, what is it? Angi. Are you ready? We got the money, babe. Rudy. What? Thank you so much, tears dripping with joy and a sense of relief. So does that mean I don't have to send you money? Hold on a minute, there is someone else on the line here. Hey babe, I think it's an emergency. Can I call you back? Rudy. Hello. Caller. Hi, is this Mr. Rudy Rundlefield? Rudy. Yes, it is. Who is this? Caller. You are listed as the emergency contact for Malkia Rudy Rundlefield. There has been an accident. Can you come to St. Mary's Goethe Hospital downtown? Rudy. How? What happened? Is my daughter okay? Caller. Please come to the hospital and we will explain everything. I rushed to the hospital. Immediately, I asked where my daughter was. They told me she is in surgery. I had to wait. Every kind of idea was running on my head. I was worried about the thing I was afraid of the most had come to pass, and I might be losing my daughter in front of my eyes. Hi, are you Rudy Rundlefield? The guy in a white jacket asked me. Yeah, I am Dr. Luzhkov. Your daughter has been in a terrible accident. We have successfully restored her vital signs. But I am afraid she is in a coma.